That's me, laying in bed during the middle of the day. I was in desperate need of money and I was tired of being a male escort. I wanted to come up with something big, something I could write a book about when I'm older, something that would make little faggots of the next generations learn about me in their history lessons. That's when I decided to trace down where all our dads went. It was at this point I realized that I was getting a bit too ahead of myself. So that's when I realized I wanted to prove the earth is flat. Yep, definitely not ahead of myself here. You might be thinking, for a broke boy, why do I live in such a nice place? Well, that's because I'm crashing with this sack of shit. Like, I don't even know this nigga. First things first, we're obviously gonna search up if the world is flat. It seems the government were trying to keep me away from the truth by redirecting me to the casino. What do I look like? A brown slob of shit? Well, yes, but I'm not retarded. I will find the truth. I begin examining the map that I shamelessly printed in the local library. I was planning on infiltrating Fort Sancudo. This will require clearance and ID first, so I was planning on going here. We will find an FBI agent and fuck his shit up. This is a good plan. I even thought about getting this dickhead involved. I was about to ask him, but then he fell over like a drunk bastard and disappeared. Much like my dad. Anyways, I'm near the building and my bike suddenly gets aroused for this bus. After face planting the bus, I notice that there is an FBI agent who happens to look like my sack of shit roommate. He also happens to be driving around in my car. I ran up behind him and I started to sneak up to him with my pistol, hoping to knock him out and steal his ID. As I get up to him, he does turn around, but I beat him with my gun like I do with my sister. I took his suit and met up with my roommate. The plan is to go into Fort Sancudo and find information that will tell us if the world is flat. Just like I planned, we managed to get through the security. As we pull up to the tower, my two-brain cell of a roommate gets out the car. As expected, the guards didn't like the raging smell of his balls, and he ended up getting shot multiple times before ultimately dying 3 seconds later. Fuck's sakes. So I'm all parked up and I'm making my way to the building, saluting the guys who just murdered my roommate on the way in. Like, look at this guy, he's probably been on the force his entire life. Anyways, I go in, and I find that there is some prick sitting in a chair, blocking my entrance. I also see there is an proximity explosive right next to him. I casually pick up the bomb and make my way through the metal detector, not realizing I'm carrying enough weapons to shoot up 50 schools. After running around like a complete spastic, I make my way to an elevator in an attempt to go up. It turns out in a country where the GDP is like 3 trillion, they didn't have a functioning elevator in their fucking tower. This really fucked up my plans and I had to start killing people. My pistol wasn't a match for the military issued carbine rifle, and I ended up dying. I decided the best thing to do is to get a job and buy an aircraft to go explore the seas myself. This is my new job, and I hate it, but it's gonna buy me a new aircraft. About 2,500 years later, I got myself the perfect aircraft for the job. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to go off and prove everyone wrong once and for all. I'm going to be the one who proves the Earth is indeed flat. Another 2,500 years later, and I managed to buy myself another plane. This time I successfully took off, and now I'm heading out to complete my mission. A few minutes later, I begin observing the planet's structure when my wing decides to fuck off, and I'm set into a spiral. It seems like the government has temporarily moved the Bermuda Triangle onto my location to stop me from finding the truth. Then, penises kicked me out of my own aircraft. This is absurd. I tried to save myself by quickly pulling a parachute. It was instantly cut by Jesus, and now I was flying towards the ocean. All I could see is that it's coming, and it's coming faster than anything or anyone has ever come in my life. So I decided to get another job, and try it again with a boat. This would really be the last straw. As you can see though, I really do love my job. I hear helicopters, and it's my roommate, he survived. Fuck, that means I can't have the house to myself anymore. But anyways, we're gonna make a lot of money together. That was until he just stopped. He thought he could be a boat. And then I realized I'm taking water. And then I realized that the government are onto me. And then I realized I should go play some Rocket League.